Well, here I am back at the beginning, or you might say at the beginning for the very first time, because this is the first time I've been here in my own skin. When I played this game originally, I was in a Steve skin, but I'm here in Crossroads Valley. There's my original farm. This was my fancy house. Snowtop Fortress over that way. My very first mine in this direction. So the first thing I did was convert this barn into an AFK fishing farm, which I've never had in this world. Didn't exist. The second thing I did was start to work on this house. Let's see here. And I was just filling a creeper hole. I replaced the stairs that were here with a water elevator. This is a very, very blown out map, and you can see what a huge, this is just a solid land mass. And this is zoomed out, I think, twice at least. And this land mass just continues in that direction and all around. So, this was my very first enchanting table. And before I start rebuilding anything, I need to get my storage options in place. What? I thought I had this place lit up enough. Alright. You need to die. Okay, this was my very first storage room. It was only 3 blocks tall. And the walls were made with birch and netherrack, but I replaced the netherrack with granite just to kind of keep the same color scheme. But obviously we need more lighting in here. So that's the first thing we're going to do, I guess. Okay. Let's see. Here. And we'll do one here. Diorite and snow. How about that for a combination? I decided just to leave that the same. Over here. And I think we need 3 more. One here. And finally one here. Now that should be light enough, I would think. Okay. I'm replacing the 4 with nether brick. Yeah, where were you, King, when I needed you? I was getting pummeled by a skeleton. Once I get the... I hear a zombie, but he's on the other side of the wall, so I'm not going to worry about him. At some point, I will be going around caving, lighting up all these hidden places. All right. So we really need this AFK fishing farm for several reasons. Of course, you need it for the magic books. The other goodies are just, you know, that much better. You also need it for the experience, because in this world I don't have any spawners set up. I don't think I ever found a spawner in this world. I don't have a blaze farm set up. I don't have anything. So, stick this in here. Throw a few goodies in here. Alright, so I'm going to start fishing. And we are back. So, after turning the little useless barn here into an AFK fishing farm, I did a little touch work here, put an overreach on or overhang on the roof, something that apparently I didn't know about back in those days, because there is not much overhang. There's an overhang on the house over there, but it doesn't have the under pieces. This is an overhang, but this is a kind of a flat roof. So that's functional. I think I'm going to build a nice stable / barn right over in this area, a large one. And I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with the house. I don't hate it, but it could definitely use some improvement. So I don't know. Eventually, one of the first things I'm going to do is replace all of the pathways around here. Put them level with the ground around them, and make sure that they are constructed of, they're going to be stone with stone bricks, mostly with some other stone, probably some andesite used as texture variation. So the next thing I did was take out the ladders that I had here and put in a water elevator. Much nicer. Now these shulker boxes are full of supplies from whenever I played before, and I'm going to take advantage of all those and use them. These are the books I fished up. Look at the 64 brewing stands. Obviously I created those, I used creative mode to just pop those into existence back when I was playing on this game. But I only had one shulker box of wood, and I've just about used that up, and I've also gone foresting over on the top of the hill there, or just behind the hill, because the first thing I need to do is get my storage situation in order. Now this storage area down here was my very first one. In fact, when I built it, I thought I was so clever. I was sure I was the only person to ever think of the idea of having an entire room just for storage. But it was only 3 blocks high, and some places 2, because there were glowstones hanging down from the ceiling. I replaced those with redstone lanterns, added the redstone lanterns to the wall. Behind these shulker boxes here in the middle are torches. So everything's lit up pretty good. Even after I'd put the redstone lanterns in, I had a few skeletons and a creeper spawn, which is no good. You definitely don't want those things in your storage area. So the next thing is, you can see where all the wood went, all these chests and these item frames, which I went up and I butchered a lot of cows, about 40 or so, and then fed the others. And I'm waiting for my calves to reach adulthood before I go out there and harvest some more leather. This place is also thick with llamas, so I killed a couple of llamas for leather, but as it turns out, for some reason the dog does not want to hunt llamas. If you stab a cow, he'll happily go after the cow, or if you stab a pig or a skeleton or whatever. But llamas, you stab the llama and he just stands there. So, see if we can't breed a few more cows here. Experience doesn't hurt either. Let's see. I need lots of leather. And it's getting near sunset. So, this place is like Creeper Central. I had to stay up one night and hunt for spiders because I didn't have any string, and then afterwards I found some string in an old chest. Oh well. But I really don't want to have to deal with creepers because I stayed up late. Okay. So as soon as I get the storage area squared away, put the items away, I think my next job is going to be to do some caving, because this place is just filled with holes in the ground, which I have not, which I haven't for the most part explored. And a couple of deep crevices around here too. Well, I've got a couple of torches there to show the entrance to that hole. And here's a stairway down. I don't remember this. Anyway, apparently when I was playing before, just started the game, I didn't realize the value of lighting up all these subterranean places. Yeah, look at that. Because I never had a mob farm in this part of the world. Alright, so we will breed up some more cattle, harvest some leather, and get our storage situation together, and then we'll be back. Welcome back. We've got our storage situation sorted out. Looks good down here. Still have a zombie in the wall. And one other bad thing, our dog King got stuck here in the elevator and died. So that was a bummer because I definitely want a dog. And then I remember that at one of the villages, Hamburg in this case, there were probably some dogs. So I went and I got 4 of them, named them suitably historic names. Here's Olivia and Tiberius, mother and son actually, and Cleopatra and Augustus, who actually didn't get along very well together. They had a war. But anyway, bred them up. I got Penelope and Odysseus here. Technically more legendary than historics. But anyway, so we've got a dog with us. Let's take Olivia. You're probably the meanest of the bunch. And, before we do that, we got a wild horse in our pen here. This must be one of the offspring of tamed horses that I've never broken. So, I need to do that real quick. And I'll have to think of a name. There we are. So if you think of a name, you can put it down in the comments. Previously I had very non-historic names. For instance, this is Susan. Hey Susan. Susan's a good horse. But maybe I need to go historic. So I've redone the walkway from the base of Snowtop Keep to Crossroads Farm over here. I lowered it 1 to 2 blocks so that it's flush with the surrounding countryside, and I've replaced the cobblestone with a mixture of worked stone bricks and regular stone. Can't call it smooth stone anymore because there's a new smooth stone block. Anyway, I think I should in the future I'm going to add some cracked stone bricks in there also. So next is we are putting in these light fixtures. Now I had thought that I was going to run out of glowstone. I'd gone to the Nether and got some of the easy to reach glowstone, but it wasn't all that much. So I tested out using jack-o'-lanterns instead of the glowstone inside. It looks okay, but then when I was getting the dogs in Hamburg, I noticed there were 2 priests, and one of them, clerics I should say, one of them wasn't particularly a great trader because he wanted 1 emerald for 1 glowstone, but his compatriot gave 3 glowstones for the same amount. So I picked up some more. As it turned out, there were 10 emeralds there in Hamburg in the little house I have there. There we go. I think that fits with the decor. Now I've decided for the moment to leave the house as it is. I'm going to probably remove this pillar of diorite, and if you're wondering what that is, that's the location of 0, 0 in this world. Let's see. Right about here. Not being too exact with my placement because because I don't want to. I don't think it's that necessary to have them exactly so many blocks apart. And, you know, I want it to look fairly natural. Oh, one on the top's what I need. Okay, yeah, this path looks just 1000% better. And one here. Although I'm still going to have to put a dirt block here to get to the top for the trapdoor. And I experimented with several other trapdoors, and I think the jungle wood looks pretty good too used in this way, but jungle in this world is a long way off. Okay, that's about right. Convenient. I'll put it right here though, so I can give that block a chance to grow some grass. Snowtop Keep doesn't look too bad, except for the base of cobblestone. So that'll need to be replaced. Okay. Say right about here. Okay, one of the problems with this world is that this continent is so huge. Right now, I am in literally thousands of blocks in any direction from any major body of water. So all those new Minecraft 1.13 features are not really available to me. No shipwrecks, which is a bummer. No underwater ruins. However, and yeah, even the rivers are just bare. And you forget how ugly everything is underwater until you've played in 1.13 for a while and then come back. However, I did a little test here and threw some bone meal down in here and got some seagrass. I don't know why. This pool right here spawns a ton of squids, and the others don't. The others nearby. Oh, I take that back. This one has a couple in it. None in here though. Gravel and sand though, very nice. Let's keep that in mind as a source. So in my very first game, I spawned right up over that hill in taiga. So it took a while to find the first cattle, the first sheep. There were a few sheep, there were a few pigs around here, no cows, and horses were thousands of blocks away. Okay, so we've got our road done. Yeah, let's So the next project is as follows. To rebuild this farmhouse. Now this is already the second structure that was here. There used to be a pretty good sized hill behind here. All this was dug out, and my original spawn house was 2-story. And after I had built the new place, I tore it down and built this. And you wouldn't notice, you wouldn't know it, but I actually used a tutorial to build this house. It's pretty sad. I mean, it's it might not be that bad with some varied building materials and enlarged. So that's kind of what we're going to do. We're going to build a ranch house here. Then the next thing will be to replace the monorail. Well, it's not really a monorail, is it? It is a minecart track. We're going to build the minecart track and make it look like a monorail station. This is, oh, don't even have any carts in here. This is pretty sad looking. Just a shelter, a couple of glowstones. So I think we're going to build it on this side, and it's going to go above the ground, and then when we come through and replace this walkway here, it won't be obscured by the track. Now you may be wondering why I have a melon on a stalk here. That was because I thought you could cut faces in these like you could pumpkins, but apparently that is not the case. Okay. This was my first ever redstone device built. I think originally it was only 4 wide. Spawn Point Cottage. So this roadway needs to be rebuilt as well. And I'm not sure about this bridge. I'm not sure if I want to lower it to the ground, just make it a walkway, or to leave it a bridge and just make it nicer than it is. I mean, it's just pathetic now. As for the house here, I don't know. I don't like the roof section here. Yeah, I don't much like any of it, really. The world spawn is right about here, I think. So this was built as a place where if I respawned naked from after a death from thousands of miles away and thousands of blocks away, and I ended up here, I would have armor here. That's kind of a dumb way to light up the room. And some supplies. So supplies are okay. I built this platform out here, and I remember thinking I was so high above the river there that it was frightening, and it's not very far at all. Oh, look at that squid committed suicide right in front of us. If he'd only had the proper counseling, could have saved him. Alright, so we have everything laid out ahead of us, right? So, whoops. That's what happens when you don't look where you're going. Oh, a hole. Do I have any torches? Only four torches on me. That's because I made a whole bunch of jack-o'-lanterns. Somebody's home. Hey, zombie. Oh, be careful, dog. I have a sweeping edge on this. Okay. Well, apparently I've been down here sometime in the past. At least that doorway. But I never went down any further. And I guess I'm not going to right now because I'm out of lights. Another day. Yeah, this whole area was a part of the big mountain that was mined out back into the hill. This one completely through. So as I was saying, we have our plans ahead of us. Rebuild Crossroads Farm. Rebuild the minecart station and track, at least going out some distance in either direction. And then rebuild Spawn Point Cottage. 1, 2, 3. And then rebuild Snowtop Keep here at the other end. Here's my swimming pool. This I built a long time ago, back when I was first playing my game. And here was my first source of obsidian. Also, one of the dogs died here. He got swept under the edge before when I was trying to build it. So, I guess I have a bad history with dogs in this area and water. Alright, come on, Olivia. Where are you? Speaking of bad history with dogs. There you are. Stay. Okay, so thanks for joining me on this first episode of Return to Elaania, and if you have any ideas, please feel free to share them in the comments below. As always, thanks, keep on Minecrafting.